All right. So let's just integrate our mesh here, our new little cylinder. And I would not typically have these tiny little curves inside anyway, in the low poly, but again, because we're connecting it to a cylinder, there's actually a pretty good reason to do it. Although here I might be able to get away with, let's see. One thing that's kind of frustrating about Quadra is if it doesn't understand what you're trying to do. So what we can do here is scroll down to our cheat sheet. What I want to do is drag to draw out quad strips. So that's going to be tab, left mouse button. So if I hold tab, I can actually just do that. And that's going to work just fine for what I need. Again, that is tab, left mouse button. And you don't have to memorize it because it's right there in the tool for you. It's pretty cool. So as you're watching me do this, which I'm sure is its own very special hell, just imagine doing it yourself, right? So what you're going to want to kind of keep in mind is round things are annoying. I mean, they're cool and you got to have them, right? Like sometimes there's not really much you can do. So I'm going to hold tab. Whoops. Try it again. Tab on the edge. But as you are doing your own geometry, just keep in mind that you are probably, if you're having a lot of fun with the curve stuff, you're probably writing a fairly unpleasant check that future you is going to have to cash. We can try scooting that down there. That might be just fine. So funny how it's just not seeing what I want it to do. So I will once again hold Control and Shift. Try to click on this point here if it'll let me. Seems pretty happy with that point, even though I would like it to go away. By the way, I mean, I'm sure I've said this in the in class or whatever, but I generally do my retop in ZBrush. And there are obviously multiple schools of thought on that, but this little issue here that I'm having where I can't get it to delete an edge or whatever's going on here, right? Let's see. Delete dots, Control Shift, left mouse button. I'm holding Control and Shift and clicking, and nothing's happening. So I'm going to hold Tab. We're going to drag this out. You can't do that in ZBrush. So there's certainly, what is going on? Why are we fighting about this here? I really like to make a face inside there. Great. Okay. Typically speaking, Retop is the one of the less pleasant aspects of any project, but you really just got to do it. have to do another tab on this, try to get these edges to work. You can also do rings, or I don't know, I guess loops. Like if I hold Shift and Tab, which one is it? Let's see. Tab, oh, middle mouse button. Which one is it? You basically, it'll grab all these together. Although it may be a problem because of these triangles here. But yeah, you could, if these were all quads, you could drag this whole thing out. It doesn't really make sense for me here. It might have made sense up here. We can do an experiment here. Let's see, tab, middle mouse. Yeah, so tab, middle mouse, we'll drag those right out. But again, it's asymmetrical, so I don't actually want to do that. Just showing you the thing. All right, let's see. What do we have here? I don't want to mess with any of these because those are the procedural cylinder components. So let's see. I think actually in this case it would be better I wonder, there's probably a way to add a point in here. Whatever. I was going to say it'd be better to actually not have this a triangle because I can see I need to go ahead and kind of combine this like that. So if I could only just get rid of this face here. All right, I'm going to hop out of Quad Draw for a second. Just do this the old-fashioned way. Got a face, going to delete it. Back to object mode with F8. Oh, you. Go ahead and delete you. We should make sure I'm in face mode. That is one nice thing about Maya, is even when it's being kind of frustrating, you have access to all of the regular Maya modeling tool stuff. Looks like there's a change in the profile of this inset area. And maybe that one we can go ahead and weld in. Why would it be that? It's funny. There we go. Okay. Let's do an easy part down here. Clean it up just a little bit. This is a lower area, potentially. I mean, maybe we don't see quite as clearly how sharp that little point is there. Let's see, will you understand what I want? I'm just going to put a couple of points here temporarily, so Maya kind of gets it. And I am going to put a triangle there. Nice flat surface, that should be okay. You can run into issues if you try to put a triangle like on this curved surface here. But if the surface is flat, you shouldn't have too many problems with it. And I definitely want to preserve that there. And there may be a good reason for sort of extending it over here or something. We'll know soon enough, and we can just modify it if we need to. But for now, I think we are getting close to the end of this video. So see you in the next one.